at America's Stonehenge today. America's Stonehenge is also known as Mystery Hill. It's located, where is it?
Salem, New Hampshire.
It's located in Salem, New Hampshire, and it's just shrouded in mystery. And one of the reasons why it's shrouded in mystery, well, why don't you tell them briefly what America's Stonehenge is, just briefly.
America's Stonehenge is it's a site or location where there's all these stone structures and stone walls. So it looks like maybe somebody perhaps had lived there at one point in time. But there's absolutely no historical record as to who built the location or why it's there or what it was used for.
Right.
America's Stonehenge is located near the summit of Mystery Hill. It's a massive complex of stone chambers, walls, and large standing stones. Both radiocarbon dating C14 and the placement of the astronomically oriented standing stones indicates this site was constructed at least 4,000 years ago. Like the Stonehenge of England, America's Stonehenge accurately plots many solar and lunar events such as solstices and equinoxes, as well as many ancient holidays. And we get to go see it today.
Come on.
Friends.
Let's go.
Here we are inside the gift shop at America's Stonehenge in Salem, New Hampshire. We have a world map on the wall here, and it shows some of the crossings of the oceans of some of the original explorers and ancient explorers. So we're showing a path here from 17,000 years ago, one here from 1398 AD, which is Sir Henry Sinclair, the Viking crossing in 1000 AD, and then the Aldrins, which was 2,000 years ago. So here's one of the 12th century prismatic, and then another one from another 17,000 years ago. So people have been coming over here actually for longer ago than when Columbus discovered this continent. You see these little pictures on the map. It indicates other megalithic stone structures that are in the United States and Mexico. So there's several right up here. There's one up in Canada. There's Vermont, New Hampshire, Connecticut, Massachusetts. They're fairly close together. You notice that they're all kind of clustered around the coastal regions. There's none really inland or middle United States area. And then you're back over here to the west coast. There's several over here. Again, closer to the coastal region. So, and then right down into Mexico and Guatemala. There's some down here in South America too. So Peru.
There goes the happy crew. We're all heading into America's Stonehenge now. We're going to investigate, see what all the to-do is about. It's a pretty cool place so far. This is a conservation trail. Lots of bugs and ticks and things, so we all bug sprayed up back there. And we are on our way. Yeah.
We're going inside.
Yep.
It looks like they were going to try to build a little deeper back to make like a little room or chamber over here.
Yeah?
Or maybe it was where they slept.
Maybe this was the newlyweds building. It does look like something was digging back there.
They were definitely going to build another chamber back here.
How do you know?
It's dug out, and it looked like they were. You could go.
Holler!
You could go fairly far back there, and they were, they're on the way of digging that out.
Okay, cool.
This would be awesome.
How tall is it in there?
Maybe 2 feet, foot and a half.
Okay.
Okay. We got the blue stone, which came from a shop in England in that Stonehenge area. They got this from the same place the original blue stones came from. So I'm going to measure, see if I can get some energy to come off of this and get a reading. And I'm not seeing anything. It's right underneath like that. I haven't gotten anything. Let me try and see if any energy is coming off of this rose stone. I got it right?
Still 0.
It's all
I
clear.
haven't picked up anything here. So it'll be interesting to see that if I go into another area where there's more activity, like near the sacrificial table or where people were, if I can pick up residual energy through, I hear these stones capture energy. I'm going to try to use this as a tool to see if I capture any spirit energy.
Okay.
And measure. And maybe if I can get some. Now I have something to compare.
Teresa's going to go into the stone hut over here to my left. She's going to bring her pendulum in there, see if she can get any kind of movement or any kind of charge in there from that, and see what happens.
Has a neutral charge right now.
Has a neutral charge right now, so see if we can pick up a charge or see if it'll find any energy in there.
Let's do it.
Good luck.
Energy. My husband just went in there.
You gonna do it in that cubby hole, or?
Yep, I'm just going to kind of do like a swift move around just to see if we have any energy anywhere.
Okay.
Right now we're reading 0. I know when we move it,
Whoa.
you're going to get slightly different numbers, so we're going to go kind of slow. So we're going to start in this corner. We have a 0.
Are you picking anything up? So nothing at all?
Right now we have a solid standing 0.
Well, it's got 3, it's got 4. It's got this electric or magnetic.
Yeah.
Dual magnetic or electric too.
So we're just fluctuating to a 0.01, which isn't really,
No.
it's nothing. What I'll do is try to get a little bit up in there.
Here, what's
We've
a
got any
flashlight?
different?
Because it's almost dead. I gotta throw a new
Okay.
battery in it.
Yeah, I have one in my purse. 3. Seems like when I pass by this rock over here on the right, I keep getting a 0.3, and then it goes right off.
Can you try and get that one more time? It went autofocus.
There was a 2.
This will pick you up. This is very sensitive, see?
It is moving. If she moves near it,
Yeah. It will
is that
pick
the
you.
rating?
There's the 2.
Two.
Going in with Pendulum to see if we can pick up any energy.
Are you going in?
I'm holding my hand up against the rock so it doesn't move. Are we having anything yet?
It's going in circles.
Little bit of movement? Yep.
See if you can get it to change direction. If there's, ask if someone's there to change direction.
Is anyone here who can change direction on the pendulum? I would love it if you can make it spin the other way.
Excellent. Thank you.
Hold on, I'm moving.
They're having a tea party in there with all of us.
Hold on, let me.
I also got this.
Is there anyone in here who can move this pendulum?
Picks up alpha, beta, gamma rays.
Yes, Tony.
It's moving in a small circle. It was just going back and forth, and now it's going in a circle.
So it's a radiation detector?
Yeah, radiation, alpha, beta, gamma rays.
Can you move it in the other way?
But you want
Can you
to
make
check
it move
the
in the
laser
other
check
direction?
Yep.
The radon.
Okay.
This will go crazy if there's a lot of radon.
Okay.
I had somebody blow smoke on them crazy, because there's a lot of radiation in smoke, right?
Yep.
It's in the smoke. It's pretty crazy.
Can you make it spin wider?
Yeah.
Is the K2 changed at all?
Well, how would that affect
Nope.
them if they were doing that in the house? How would the breathing that in? How does that affect the people in the house?
Oh, well, it's giving cancers,
Oh,
but they can loosen it.
well, listen, okay.
The
So
radon
they can
will
think
make
that
you
they're
hallucinate.
seeing the-
You see an aberration,
Alright.
ghost.
I can't hold my arm up here much longer. It's getting tired. I think it's almost at a minute, so I think it's probably a good reading.
You see this.
Right now, Teresa and John and Lorianne are inside of that hut right there. They're trying to see if they can get a charge on the pendulum, right? Mm-hmm. Trying to see if being
Mine must have come out. Is that something on the side of them?
they're trying to see if the pendulum will get charged while they're in there. They've been in there for a few minutes now.
I thought I said.
I'm getting ready to move on. Here they come. They're coming out right now.
I got mine, yeah.
The only thing that I saw was basic 0 reading all the way around. As we started going to the back, the little cubby hole, there was about a 0.01 every once in a while, which really isn't that big. But then when we passed one rock about 3 different times and we slowly passed, it reached about a 0.02 or 03. And then we decided to check another wall and come back to it, and then it was reading a steady 0. So I don't know what that means, but it could mean something. We don't want to jump to conclusions right now. So
What do you think?
Well, I put the pendulum near where her meter was, and we were getting a small spin, but I asked it to reverse, couldn't get it to reverse, couldn't get it to spin any wider, so not really sure, kept it there for about a minute, so we'll see what we get up the road.
All right.
Lower well.
What?
Lower well. Located between 2 walls, one partially destroyed, has never been fully excavated due to its water levels. So the age of the well is unknown.
That's close. Usually it's down 50 feet.
The water's right to the top of them.
Yeah.
If we took a rock and dropped it, we still wouldn't know.
No.
I'm like, what?
Oh, it's stopping. There's
It looks like
definitely
it's trying to
energy.
circle now.
There's definitely energy right here.
Look, it looks like it's trying to circle now.
So Teresa's trying to use her pendulum over here.
There it goes again.
Teresa's using her pendulum in the corner of this fenced-in area. We're right near a well. It's called the lower well. And the pendulum is actually reacting to some sort of energy, and it's moving itself around. Could be due to the water. Water is known to cause a lot of energy interference. We just moved on to Site 7. This is actually the main site area, so we're going to move up through, and it's where the larger number of structures are. And this is where the sacrificial table is going to be too. So
I was just reading through this whole thing. It's really cool. This whole section here is part of like a settlement area where they have like their little houses. And this is like the wall structure here that divides the well area from the structure area over here. And right in here, the roof is collapsed, but that over there used to be a little area where they lived. And this is the fire pit here where they would keep the fire for cooking. And then they have the stone wall sectioning off between that and the area where they carve their tools and make their soap and get their water. So it's kind of like a small piece of what they call the settlement around here. It's pretty cool.
That is great. Thank you for that.
You're welcome.
What's going on? Anybody want to?
I took a picture in there, and this thing just went on face recognition, so it'll be interesting to see. It won't click until it recognized the face, and it went off.
It shouldn't have any faces, right?
Last time that happened, something showed up. Let's see what happens.
Next to you. What iguana?
What's in there?
Robert.
I like iguanas.
What's going? Oh wow. What's going on in here?
It's fairly cool in here.
Temperature-wise?
Yeah. And it's at least 2 to 3 degrees cooler in here than it is out there.
Okay. So it's nice in there.
Yeah.
Peek again.
What was this used for? Again, anyone? Someone?
What was this used for?
Number 19.
is this the one that goes underneath?
I'm trying. Shh.
They believe it was used as a galley grave.
A what?
What?
Galley grave?
What's that?
Thank you.
It says a galley grave is a form of megalithic tomb where there is no size difference between the burial chamber itself and the entrance passage.
Okay, we're going into where it said it was this is like the grave site that we're going to investigate. I'm going to try and just do an EVP, see if the EMF detector goes off. I took a picture already, maybe take another picture and just kind of check it out, see if we get anything. And I'm recording. This is Maureen. I'm recording inside a stone structure we think is a burial site in America's Stonehenge. And I'm going to ask a question. If there is any spirits here that want to speak with us or communicate, say something into this recorder. Is anyone here with us?
So Teresa, John, and Maureen are inside the galley grave, and they're trying to do an EVP session, and they're also taking some EMF readings. So we're going to be very quiet and let them try and do their EVPs.
My EMF detector just lit up to the yellow light. It didn't stay long. It was a couple of seconds and went back out. Is there someone here with us? Is there anyone that was buried here?
I don't know what he's doing. What are you doing? What are you using?
Checking for radiation.
Checking for radiation?
Radiation.
What does it mean when it beeps?
It means it's picking up alpha, beta, or gamma rays.
Yeah. Picking up alpha, beta, or gamma rays.
Right. Well, we don't know which one it is.
But we don't know which one.
Most likely it's alpha. Alpha.
Most likely alpha rays. What do alpha rays do?
They're not good for you.
They're not good for you?
No, radiation's not good.
If you're here with us, can you go near that machine? There's a little gray machine with a red light. Can you do something to make that move? Make that light up or move?
How'd it go in there? I don't know.
I didn't really, I don't know until I listened
that
to the
much.
recording
Yeah.
later. My hand was tingling. I don't know what that was about, but that's the only weird thing that I felt. But yeah, I'll wait and see what I get in the EVP recording.
Hand was tingling, the one that you were holding that with, or the other one?
Just the other one that was sitting on the ground. I had one hand down on the ground, touching the ground. The other one was up holding this, and just tingling a little bit. It felt a little cool. It is cool in there.
69.3, according to John's
What is it outside?
millimeter.
Probably 74, 75.
Was it tingling any different
It
than?
almost felt as if something was touching it. To be honest with you, it felt like something was touching on my left hand, and and it started tingling.
Oh, so
I
it
haven't
wasn't
felt
like
that
when
before.
you like sit like that for a long period, then your hand starts to tingle. You know what I'm talking about, right?
Those hurt. Yeah, it wasn't pins and needles like that. I would have moved. It wasn't like uncomfortable where you want to get your blood going where it hurt or you have to move again. It was just weird. It was like tingly and cold.
Do you want to go down around? We can go follow around the path.
Yeah.
If we walk through this area and follow down around the path, we can get into the sacrificial table area. This area where Teresa is sitting right now is called the sun deck. And this was rebuilt back in the 1980s. And I think that it's been restructured at least a few times over the course of its lifetime. But this is like a sun deck. This is where people would come and hang out and enjoy the sun and chill.
Are you chill?
I'm chill.
Cheers, man.
Bill and I are in what's called the Oracle Chamber. And there are 4 different sections of this Oracle Chamber. Photos from 1915 show this open area to have once been capped with a large roof slab. And in 1983, the outer left corner wall and wall to the right of the vestibule entrance were restored. There's an upper drain section, there's a secret bed section, and a speaking tube section.
Speaking tube.
Sorry.
So speaking tube's right there. That's the bed. Must be the bed then.
Space in here.
So it's large enough for a person to crawl and be completely hidden, and they can observe all the activity.
So only certain ones maybe were allowed to see it.
That's
So
true.
that's where they went.
Yeah.
So where is it?
Oh, it's right there.
And there's an even bigger entrance right
Wait a sec, you guys. I can't get. Should someone crawl in there?
Let me see.
Feel free.
If anything's watching the activity in here.
I'm not even scared.
I'm gonna go inside on the what's it called? The secret bed. It's an actual place where a person can go in and observe all the activity without being seen. What activity? Anything gets happening in here. Which I assume that this was a pretty active area for the people that lived here. The chamber area. I didn't read all that, but
Probably where all the lies are told.
Didn't use a megaphone.
It's from the Oracle Chamber, so
Piece of wood and
it
hollow
must have
west.
all right, got my flashlight.
There you go.
Can I fit?
There you go.
when they spoke to the Oracle.
Yeah.
Whoa. Okay, it's really cold in here.
And yeah, it feels nice.
It feels nice. Wow.
What's that little side table in the corner there? You put your stuff in? Bedtime and you
There's
drink?
a little hole in the back to the right where you can kind of see what's happening outside.
Wow.
Not a huge hole, but it's definitely big enough where you can hear everything.
Does it feel hold on. Does it feel claustrophobic in there? Or?
A tiny bit, but it's actually quite spacious for me because I'm pretty tiny. And then there's a little area right here that if someone were to be laying down inside it, which I am totally not thin enough to do, you could see everything that's happening out there and no one would know you're here.
Someone point there.
So I'm almost wondering if there's
oh crap, sorry. Someone get in there and point so I can see her light coming out.
Can you see me? Can you actually see me from there?
Oh,
High there, we can talk.
So they can talk back and forth.
so if I lay down like this,
That's the only way.
Can you get your hand out?
yep.
Oh, there you are. There she is. I found something.
So I'm so tiny, if they resembled the size of me, it would be practically
So
impossible.
their identity
to know
was
that someone
hidden
is
this
here.
way. They were
So-
definitely hidden.
Yeah.
Whoever they were, it was watching.
I imagine it was for safety precaution.
Yep. Somebody
Reach
was
out and
hidden.
grab people when they go by.
Nobody would know
Sure.
the one who's watching.
I'm sure I'm covered in mud now.
So all the spirits
Yeah,
are
coming in.
falling.
And we thank you.
We don't know you. We'll have you down the
The
back
things
of
we
the
do
group.
to get what we need.
All
Awesome
right.
investigator.
What you had?
Ceilings are a little high in here. A little low in here.
Oh, yeah. This is
Take a picture of that too. What's that like?
Are you going in there?
No, I'm just gonna take a picture. Yeah.
You are? Okay,
It's
cool.
got the little thing on the side. Put your alarm clock.
I know,
your
right?
water.
You'd be all
Alarm
set.
No modern facilities at that
That's
time.
even better.
It's starting to go in a circle, ain't it? It is.
It is, and it's leaning out that way.
Yep.
It's moving toward Tony. No, seriously, Tony.
It's at an
starting to
angle.
point at you.
And it's swinging at an angle.
You know, that's kind of symbolic feeling to me when I came out of there. It's like you're in the underground, and then you come back into the living. You know what I mean? It's like the dead and the living.
Oh, wow.
Symbolic feeling coming out of there. I wonder if they did that for a reason.
Maureen, you need to come up here, dear. There's a lot of energy.
Wait a second. Is that really doing that or are you swinging it? You're not swinging that?
And it's been moving toward Tony, too.
We're going up to above where the sacrificial chamber is, like up above it. There's a Teresa has her pendulum up here and it's swinging like crazy. It looked like she was moving her hand, but I asked her. It's on video. She's not swinging her hand at all. It's just moving all around, and it's moving in the direction toward Tony and toward Maureen.
What I did was I measured the energy. There was none that came off this rose stone.
Wait a sec.
Oh.
You measured the energy where?
I went down to the beginning of this trail when we first measured by a log in an area where nothing could interfere, and we took out an EMF detector, and I held a rose stone pendulum near it to see if any energy could come off or be measured. There was nothing. So I sealed it up in a little container away from anything that could affect it, and I did not take it out again until just now, where I have placed it on the sacrificial altar in America's Stonehenge. I'm timing it for 1 minute. I'm going to take it back off there and then go back down to, I call it ground zero, the original place of measurement, and see if I get anything. Herb is timing me for 1 minute. Is it up yet?
And it's 1 minute right now.
Okay, so I have to get it off the table. Okay, now it's going to go back. This is the rose stone pendulum, and it's going to go back into a sealed container, and then I will go down again to the first place we got the measurement and see if I have any difference, anything different goes on. Here, I'll put it back in its place. So, that was amazing.
When we were up there, we were using the pendulum, and I held it out, and it was right at a dead stop, and this got swinging in a big arc. because spirit energy supposedly moves it and can answer questions through it. So a straight line is a yes. If it swings back and forth in a straight line is a yes. If it swings in a circle, it's a no. And so I was asking it, I let it kind of get its feel first, and then I told it to stop, and it stopped. And I asked it questions, and it would answer the questions, and in between each question I would say stop, and it would go completely stopped again. And I would ask it a question. I asked if it was a male or a female. It was a male. Asked if he had children, and he did. Asked if he had more than one, and he did. Asked if he had more than three, and he did. And by then my arm was going numb from sitting it on the fence. So I thanked him and needed to stop, but I wish I could have kept going because that was amazing.
How do you know that the wind wasn't blowing the pendulum while you were holding it up there?
Because we got a gust of wind and it stopped.
The wind
It
actually
wasn't
caused it to
swinging
stop?
with the wind, it actually stopped when the wind blew. When it was swinging in a big arc. And at one point, it was moving towards you, and it literally, John has it on camera, and I hope he caught it on the camera, it was at an angle, and it was swinging
Wow.
towards you down here.
I could actually, from here, I had my camera looking up there and watching what was going on. You could actually see it moving from down here. It was so significant, the movement of
And
the pendulum.
I was staying you have a little bit of movement in your hand no matter what you do, but I was staying completely still.
Okay.
I had my arms supported. That's why it went numb after a while, but
And if your hand was moving, it would be you might swing the pendulum a little bit.
a little bit.
But this thing was going
It was
around in
it
circles.
was swinging like this.
Right. Did the pendulum react to anybody else while you were up there?
It did react to John initially, but then once I started to ask questions, when he would ask a question, it wasn't reacting until I asked it, and then it would react again.
We're wrapping up the day.
So hoping
Every-
to get a variance.
Everybody's kind of hanging out back there. You can see them behind me. They're getting ready to go into the building, the gift shop, and then head out. We're on our way back to the place where we did the first readings with the rose quartz pendulum. Maureen's rose quartz pendulum, she's right there.
Yep.
And we didn't get any readings. It wasn't charged. The environment wasn't charged. Now that we've been all around and we've put the pendulum on different places, or the
Put it on the sacrificial table.
yeah, we're gonna see if maybe, for 1 minute, we're gonna see if maybe had any type of effect. This could be interesting.
This pendulum has been placed for 1 minute on the sacrificial altar at this site. Now we're going to measure again to see if we find any energy that's been picked up, any changes. Do I have it in the right spot?
Mm-hmm.
If it maintains at 0.1,
You can leave it where it is.
oh, nothing.
No reading at all.
Okay. We just finished up our last meetup, our official meetup. It was at America's Stonehenge. We had an awesome time.